Alright, quick video debunking space and proving that we are an enclosed system created by God. According to gas behavior, the gas molecules move randomly in all directions. As you can see here at nord.gov, they admit that the atoms and molecules that make up the various layers of the atmos are constantly moving in random directions. That's just how gas behavior works, according to the second law of thermodynamics and entropy. Again, states of matter. According to Purdue University, the gas molecules are well separated with no regular arrangement, and the gases assume the shape and volume of their container. The definition of gas pressure is the amount of force exerted by the particles on the walls of a container. That's why in the gas laws they have a V for volume. Without the V for volume, you cannot have gas. That's like saying, can you bring me a specific amount of gas, like helium or oxygen, without a container, with using a belief in gravity? The answer is no, you can't. You need a physical container. The collisions of the molecules, they interact with each other and the boundary of a container. So that's what gas pressure is. That's literally what it's defined as. And they move randomly in all directions. Now, this is the problem. If gas molecules by nature, what we observe them doing all the time is moving in random directions. They move up as much as they move down. They move horizontally as much as they move vertically, then there's no bias for gases moving in a specific direction. That's why pressure is a scalar, meaning there's no directionality or vector for gases. So now imagine that we're inside of a car and I've sprayed these gas molecules inside of the car, and for argument's sake this box is the container of the car. Now what happens when we open the window of the car? The gas molecules escape. So again, according to the kinetic theory of gas, it is in random motion, constant random motion. Again, they draw a box around the gas molecules. Now, this is where the problem is. Now, if that was true, according to the second law of thermodynamics, all of the air on Earth that we're currently breathing would escape into the infinite space volume. Now, this professor's going to show a demonstration. Watch.
Let us look at some examples of spontaneous changes and see how they are accounted for in terms of the second law of thermodynamics. We'll take the simplest first, is the expansion of a gas into a vacuum. I have in one of these bulbs some bromine, and in the other I have a vacuum.
Now mind you, container for gas, container for a vacuum, because even a vacuum requires a container.
And if I open the tap between these two, you will see spontaneously the bromine rush from one to the other.
Now, let's imagine that instead of this vacuum volume being really small, it is now infinite in size. And it's still expanding, just like they claim. It's an infinite volume. Now, if he was to repeat what he just did, when he would open the valve, if you imagine there's a globe Earth in here with its air around it, and sitting next to an infinite space vacuum, what happens now when he opens the valve to that infinite vacuum? All of these gas particles would escape, the vacuum would come in, and equalize, and the equalization would be a 10 to the minus 17 torr vacuum at sea level. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is, if it was true what they were claiming on Earth, then according to this photo, which is supposed to be a real photo, if that's the Earth sitting next to an infinite sized vacuum, a tiny little bit of gas, itty bitty gas that's on this surface would violently escape into this new volume, which is already there according to what they claim, and would have no air to breathe. So, space debunked. And everything I'm saying cannot be refuted, it can only be denied.